What happens when a zealous atheist has a face-to-face conversation with a street preacher about their worldviews? Well, worldviews will be tested and only one worldview will pass. And of course, the Christian worldview passes every time. Now, in this video, Todd Friel from Wretched Radio has a conversation with an atheist at a college campus, and they discuss a variety of things, mainly the purpose of life and objective right and wrong. Unfortunately, the atheist contradicts himself and his worldview several times, not because he's unintelligent, but because his worldview is absurd. I want you to watch this video, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what Todd Friel did very effective.
I am going in the ground.
That's it. Worm food. Party's over. You're done.
It. Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm so depressed talking to you. That does not sound good.
I'm not very spiritual.
Okay, then what's the so what do you think the point is while we're here? Eat, drink, and be merry?
No.
For tomorrow we die?
I think the point of being here is to make the world better for the next generation.
Why would you want to do that?
Do you want your kids to live a worse life than you did?
Well, I'm asking you. I know why I want my kids to have a better life. I understand why I want things to work the way that they work. But you, though, somebody who doesn't believe in God, how do you determine what is right and what is wrong? How do you know that it is wrong to murder somebody? How do you know that it is not right to rape somebody? How do you know that?
How do you know that?
The Bible tells me so.
So if the Bible told you jumping off bridges are good, you would jump off bridges.
Well, it doesn't, so I don't have to answer, a scenario that doesn't exist.
Exactly. So when you're given a book that gives you lists and laws to do,
yeah,
I feel like I can come up with my own ideas. I'm my own person. I don't need to follow someone else's path. I don't need to follow someone else's rules to live my life.
Ivan,
I can do what I want.
What if you didn't crawl out of the primordial ooze, but God made you and he made everything? Would it be reasonable for him to say, I have ownership rights of Ivan and all of these people because I made them, I gave them life, I gave them breath, I've given them everything to sustain them. He's the creator, he owns the creation. Would that be fair?
I think there's two gods. There's the God of religion, and then there's the God of harmony and beauty and the actual essence that created the universe. The God of religion is a man-made figure. It's just an idea of what man thinks it is. It's not, it's
Ivan,
your representation.
Do you know that though for sure?
No, but I mean right. Everything I'm saying is it's as fact as what everything you're saying. So if we really both have no basis.
Okay, Ivan.
So we're arguing opinions.
Okay.
Wow, so much can be said about that exchange, but Todd highlighted one of the main reasons why atheists hate the idea of God existing. It's because the implications of death. Death is a constant reminder of sin. Before sin entered the world, nothing died. Everything was perfect. But after sin entered the world, death followed. And every time we see something die, it is a constant reminder that we live in a sin-filled world. And the wages of sin is death. In other words, all of our work, all of the things we do, all of our deeds, we're accruing a wage. And that wage ultimately is going to be death. After that death is the judgment. We all have to stand before God on Judgment Day. And it's just easier to believe the idea that when we die, we just cease to exist. Nothing happens. It's easy. It's a way to alleviate our consciences from the idea that we will have to stand before God and give an account for our deeds on Judgment Day. They don't want the idea of God judging them. He confirms this when he says that he doesn't believe in God and he doesn't want anybody else's rules. He wants to be a rule unto himself. He is his own standard. In other words, think about a compass. He is his own true north. His compass points to himself. He is his own standard of rules, right and wrong. Now, I'm sure his rule kind of sounds like treat others the way you want to be treated and do good so mankind can flourish, kind of like what God said in his word, but I digress. The problem with that is this: if someone else comes along with a different set of rules for themselves that contradict his standard, he cannot say objectively that they are wrong because they are their own true north. They are their own standard. So if somebody stole his wallet and they said, hey, this is flourishing me, I'm flourishing, I'm improving myself by taking your wallet, he can't say they're objectively wrong. He may not like it. It's his opinion versus this person's opinion. And whoever's the strongest is going to win out in that situation. But of course, nobody lives in that type of absurdity. And this guy has to acknowledge that.
Okay. We're going to assume that the only two options here is you're right or I'm right. Is that fair?
No.
Why not? We
Because
believe something.
nobody's right.
Are we both right at the same time?
No, we can both be right. You can like, there's no right and wrong.
Okay. I believe you're a white man. Am I wrong?
Yes, you would be wrong.
There you go. So there's right and there's wrong. And I don't hate you. I don't hurt you. We disagree, but we tolerate each other because that's what people do when they have a difference of opinion, right?
Okay. And in your scenario, then you're Christianity, and I'm Islam. Are you right and I'm wrong?
Yes.
Why?
Because the Bible tells me so.
Because the Bible tells you
Yes,
so.
sir.
That's going to be your excuse for everything?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But
why don't we get all the Muslims here and tell them you are wrong?
I'm okay with that.
Is anybody here Muslim? Is anybody here Buddhist? Raise your hand, please. Anybody? Because you are wrong.
But
You are very wrong.
but that doesn't mean I hate them. Do you think I'm wrong for thinking they're wrong?
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. I mean,
Come on, of course you do.
Honestly, I think all of religion's wrong. Religion was created to divide people.
So you believe I'm wrong and all those people are wrong.
No, they are not wrong. They were led to believe something wrong. They are not wrong as a person.
No, but what they think is wrong, correct? What they believe is wrong in your opinion.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. So we're the same, really. Now we just need to figure out who's right and who's wrong in this whole mess, right? Because you live in a time, Ivan, that teaches that there's no truth except the one that you believe. Now, clearly, I believe you're a white man is a foolish statement, right?
Yes.
I would be wrong. Now, 2 plus 2 equals
4.
I believe it equals 7. Therefore, I am wrong. Excellent. All right. I believe that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, the life. Nobody comes to the Father but through him. Am I right or wrong?
Wrong.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'm not offended. And it didn't hurt my feelings. I'm bummed about it, but it didn't hurt my feelings. And look at what we're doing. We are tolerating each other. Okay? Here's what tolerance isn't. Pretending that we all kind of just get along because we all basically believe the same thing. We don't. There's a guy back there who is a Muslim who's telling us that all of the differences between Judaism and Christianity and Islam, we should just look at the similarities, therefore we'll like each other. I got a better idea. How's about we look at each other, realize we have a difference of opinion, but don't kill each other over it? That's a better idea, because then truth will be truth and not kind of a fairy tale world where we just say, well, you believe something different, but nobody's right in this mess. You don't live your life that way. When you go to Starbucks, what did you pay for your bike?
$300.
$300, all right? I can't imagine that you would say to the clerk, I think you're wrong. I believe it's worth $189. He's going to go, well, then get out, pay up or not. So you don't live in the world that says it doesn't matter what you believe. It does matter. And I think that the Bible is accurate when it represents who God is, why we're here, where we came from, where we're going when we die.
Truth exists. Now, what is truth? Truth is that which comports with reality. The next question is, well, what is reality and where did it come from? There's only two options there. It either came from God or it came from nothing. Either something created everything or everything came from absolute nothingness. Now, common sense, this quote unquote reality that we live in constantly points to the former, constantly points to the fact that things must come from a cause. Life, living material cannot come from non-living material. It is not seen in reality. It is not seen in science. And I believe this because the Bible says so. The Bible, in my opinion, is absolutely true because God is the author of the scriptures and God is the author of the universe. Now, even if the Bible did not exist, God has still provided us with general revelation, things that he created. We can see his invisible nature and attributes through the things he created, his divine power through the things that he made. We are without excuse. Todd Friel is at this college campus. He's preaching the gospel. He's exposing the absurdity of the atheistic worldview by showing them that truth exists, right and wrong exists. The question is, where does it come from? What stood out to you from Todd Friel's exchange with this atheist? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. I'll be back next week with another one. This is Pastor Frederick. This is About a Book. Peace.